Howdy guys, welcome back to BRG Photography. My name is Ben and today we're going to be doing another full retouch in Affinity Photo. Okay, so this is the image we're working with today. This is a photo shoot I did of a DJ friend of mine a few months ago, DJ MIYU. You can check her out on Instagram. I'll leave the links and stuff somewhere or probably on the page. Okay. So this is a bit more of a creative portrait. I've got some colored lighting, some magenta, some blue, turquoise. We shot at my friend's bar when they were closed, so we had all these cool amps and stuff, got some cool sets. So I think we can go a little bit further with our retouching and dodging and burning than we would with a normal, more natural portrait because it's already going to be a bit stylized. So that allows us some more creativity to have some fun. Okay, so first thing I want to do is I think this is going to go to Instagram, and so this is already too tall. I'm going to go ahead and crop this using my crop tool, using a ratio over here of 4:5 or 5:4, and it's going to give me this. If it's not, you can go rotate to get it to the right size, and this is the correct aspect ratio for Instagram on the tall side. So let me just go ahead and make it a bit smaller because I do kind of want to, you know, she's the main subject here, but I do kind of want to see a little bit of the background, so I'm going to try to find a nice balance of where she's in it, center frame, but we don't have all this extra headspace. Okay, that looks good to me. Alright, cool, there we are. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and duplicate my background layer. That way I've always got one pure background layer in case I ever need to go back, or I can always compare. So first thing I like to do is go into my frequency separation. We're going to do that by going up here to filters, frequency separation, and we are going to be presented with this window here. Now if I look at it, actually I'm going to turn this off. Before I do this, I can already see her skin is really great. She's got really smooth skin, and actually if you look at it, maybe the image is a little soft, but I think it's sharp enough, but we're not seeing a lot of really like pores, deep pores, complexion, not complexion, you know, whatever, acne, pimples, blemishes. Her skin is actually really great, so we're not going to actually do too much with this. So going back to our frequency separation, it's default at 2 pixels, and that's probably going to be good enough because I'm just seeing a little bit of the texture come through. If I do it too low, we don't see any texture, and that's not enough. If we do it too high, we start seeing colors and things come in. We don't want to see that. So let's actually keep it maybe around, how about that, 2.2 looks fine. I'm going to hit apply. It is going to create 2 new layers for me. It's going to create a low frequency layer and a high frequency layer. What I like to do is I like to select the low frequency layer, create a new pixel layer above that, then create a high frequency, or select the high frequency layer, create a new pixel layer above that, grab all 4 of those layers, we're going to group them together, and then we are going to name that FS for frequency separation. Alrighty. So when I do my frequency separation, I like to work from easy to hard. So that's, in this case, it's going to be from bottom to top because the face is what I'm going to pay the most attention to. So let's start from the bottom here at the legs. Now, what are some things we can do? Well, I can see there's kind of this patchiness and unevenness in the skin around her legs. Some of these transitions from blue to pink are a bit harsh, but the lighting's a bit harsh, so that's kind of okay. So what I'm going to do is I like to work on the low frequency layer with the high frequency layer off. That way it's just easier for me to see the things I want to fix. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off right now. And using a healing brush, where are you? Or there you are. With a opacity, we'll say around 80%, hardness 0. Make sure we are set to current layer and below. And what I'm going to try to do is using the healing brush and frequency separation, even out some of this patchiness. So let me just show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to sample from here, and I'm just going to kind of go over some of this unevenness. And the good thing about the healing, or why I'm doing this as opposed to the clone stamp tool, is the healing brush looks at where you're sampling from and looks at where you want to sample to and tries to blend them together. So it's really good for creating or smoothing out unevenness in the skin. So if I show you real quick what we've done just like that, off and on, and if we turn the high frequency layer on, we can see we still have all this like texture in her leg, but we've kind of evened it out. So that's all we're going to do here. Another use for it is it's really great to smooth out these transitions. If I sample for somewhere, let's say around here, and maybe we'll lower the opacity to like 60, and we just kind of start painting over, we can kind of blend these transitions a bit better, so maybe they're not as harsh. Gotta be careful around this black because the healing brush does try to blend things together. It might pick up something you don't want to and try to blend it together. Same thing here, we have this kind of harsh shadow, which is totally normal because this is hard lighting, but just for the sake of this video, I'm going to kind of smooth it out. So using what I was doing earlier, just kind of sampling a bit here. I'm going pretty fast, but I'm constantly just like sampling from areas. Because the lighting is coming from left to right, I know that I can pretty much sample above where I want, and it should be okay. So we can smooth this out a bit better. And if we just take a look at what we've done so far, let me just do this a little more. So, and if we take a look at what we've done so far, this is before, this is after. If we turn high frequency on, that's after. We'll zoom out a bit, and this is before. So all we really did was just smooth out the color variations on her leg, and it just gives it a more silky, smooth look. I can, if it's easier for you to work with the high frequency layer on, you can do that. I'll keep it on in this case, and I'll come down and just try to smooth out some more of these little patches of skin here and maybe like up here. So whatever your preference is, if you prefer to work with the high frequency layer on, I know maybe for some people it can be kind of hard on the eyes because you're constantly staring at a blurry image, but I guess I've gotten kind of used to it. So that's what we're going to do for the other leg. We're going to do it here on the arm a little bit. You can see there's some patchiness in the arm. We might even kind of reduce the effect of this vein here. Like for example, just come here and just like, the vein's not a bad thing, but I think a lot of women prefer not to be really veiny on the arms. So we're going to remove that. There's some unevenness here and around this area. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then I'll speed it up and we'll come back when I am done. Okay, so that should be that. Let me go ahead and show you what I have done. So if I just zoom out a little bit so we can see the legs and the arm, we're still having the high frequency layer off. This is the before, this is the after. You can mainly see it in the legs, the stomach, and the arms. And if I turn high frequency layer back on and we zoom in, you can see that it just really smoothed out the texture on the legs, especially. I made this vein a little bit less pronounced. We've kind of smoothed out some of the unevenness and patchiness on the arms here. So that's all we have done. So now we're going to go into the face. And like I said previously, the face is already really fantastic looking. There's not too much I think I need to do here. All I really want to do maybe, and when I turn the high frequency layer off, it's easier for me to see, for example, there's like a bit of darkness here. There's kind of this white, it's a bit dark, white, dark. I want to try to even that out and smooth out those transitions. Maybe this chin, just kind of smooth out the shadow on that chin. We can do that pretty easily with high frequency separation. We can also do it with dodging and burning, and I might do a little bit. I like to do a combination of dodging and burning and frequency separation when doing skin retouching. But for now, to speed things up, we're going to just stay here and try to do it on the low frequency layer. So same thing, healing brush. My opacity is about 50%. Let's go to 70%. And I am going to, just for example, we're going to sample from this little area here. Let me increase my brush size and just kind of patch over that a little bit. This light area, I'm going to try to like just darken it so it kind of more fits with the rest of the face. This really dark shadow, maybe I can kind of lighten that effect. Maybe just what I'm trying to do is smooth out the transition here. Now it looks really smooth in this case, but let's see, once we bring back the high frequency layer, I think it's gonna look okay. Let's see if we can kind of just correct the shadow on this chin a little bit. And maybe underneath the lip, it's dark, maybe back up a little bit just so we can see, because it's really easy to kind of get really focused on these tiny little details, and you zoom out and you kind of, I guess, don't see the forest for the trees kind of thing. So I think that looks okay. This over here is fine. Like I said, she's got amazing skin, and there's really not much that I need to do here. I'm actually just basically playing with shadows at this point, trying to like fix a little things, or maybe just smooth out some of the lighting transitions. And because this is a lot of dark and light, probably doing it in dodging burning step might also work, but let's just do that. Okay, so let's just try to smooth that out, smooth out this trim. All right, let's take a look at what we've done. Now, off, on, high frequency on, and off and on. So all we've really kind of done is just smooth out her face a little bit while still trying to keep the very little skin texture she has, because her skin just seems like crazy smooth already. But if we wanted to bring some of that back, we could change the opacity and lower it to bring some of it back. But because we've got everything else we've done down here, if I lower the slider, then it's also going to undo what we did earlier. So in this case, I think I might just take the eraser tool. We'll do the eraser tool, let's say 50%, and just kind of, maybe just kind of go over a little bit, just some of the parts we did, just to kind of lessen the effect. There we go. That way it's not so drastic. And I said, she already looks really amazing. So I think just a little bit, yeah, like that looks great to me. Okay, now there are some other patchiness that I want to fix here, but I think I'm going to do that in the dodge and burn step, just so I can show you guys a different way of doing it. So here's one more interesting thing that can be used for with frequency separation, is fixing the clothes. So if we look here at her shirt here, there's a bunch of wrinkles. There's some kind of like it's wrinkled up in the bottom. There's like a seam maybe from like the bra underneath, and it's just kind of distracting to me. So I want to get rid of that if I can. So turning my high frequency layer back off, there's a few ways I can approach this. I can keep on my healing brush and try to, for example, even out some of these shadows here, like maybe take this line using my healing brush and kind of try to get rid of that little seam. And because we are working on the low frequency layer, we can see the texture of the shirt is still preserved. So if we back up a little bit, just by taking that little seam out, we've already made it look a lot better. So I'm going to try to do that too. Also, this shadow is really dark. What I'm going to try to do is actually carry over some of this shadow to here to kind of like even out the shape. Because if we think about it, like, things look 3D determined by how much light and shadow is falling on the object. So if the shadows look a bit uneven, then the object's going to look a bit uneven. And we want to kind of create a nice shape, especially around this area here. So we can back up a little bit, and we can see that just by doing that little bit, we've kind of created a nice softer shape underneath that breast. And we'll do the same thing here. This time let's try it with a stamp tool completely, and maybe just sampling from here just to try to get that out, and maybe there we go, that's better. And same, we're gonna carry this shadow all the way down to kind of hide this seam underneath the shirt. Alrighty. And we are going to come and do some more adjustments with the dodge and burn step, but this is just for now. Maybe I'll switch back to my healing brush to try to blend this shadow into the upper part. Okay. Alright, so I think just those little adjustments there, we back up a bit, just those little adjustments have made those corrections on the shirt, and we have still, and I think I can see here, like, this is probably a bit too much. Let me go ahead and just erase this and try that again. I think yeah, let's do that. Actually, I think that looks okay like that. Just I think I went a bit too far. Now let's try to fix it. We'll do it this time. We'll try it with the clone stamp tool. That way we can just get it more natural. And then, you know, I mean, like when I'm doing this, I'm going back and forth a lot. I'm going back to the healing brush. Maybe I'll go back to the stamp brush just to kind of even things out a bit, changing the opacity, all kind of different things you can do. All right, I think this is going to be okay for now. We will come back and revisit this section when we are doing dodging and burning to really get it the way we want it to look. So for now, this should be okay. And this is another great reason for using frequency separation, because we've managed to retain all the texture in the clothes and the fabric and the cloth, but just by doing those little changes here, we've had. Now it's not perfect. I can see right now it's not perfect, but that's okay. You know, we can tweak it later. But for this video, I just want to give you an idea of what can be done and different techniques you can use, or different things you can use frequency separation for, and it's not just for skin retouching. Okay, so we've done that. I have this high frequency layer that I've made. There's really not too much I need to do on this. I'm going to look into her face a little bit. There's a few little like lines I can get rid of. So what I like to do is I'll use the in-painting brush tool. We'll do at about, we'll say 50% hardness, because we are working on a high frequency layer. I don't want it to blend in too much. And I find the high frequency, I find that the in-painting tool on Affinity Photo is really good at its content aware. And I'm just going to go through, and little things that kind of bother me, just like boom, just knock them out like that. This line here, which is totally natural, I don't want to maybe get rid of it completely, so I'll drop the opacity down to like 40%. And then just go over it. And that way it kind of gets rid of it, but not all the way. So that's another great use. Like, you don't have to completely erase it. You can lower the opacity and just get rid of it a little bit. So we'll say 50% here maybe, and get these little like bumps, maybe that little spot here. But everything else, I mean, it's already fantastic, right? Already looks amazing. So there's really not much that needs to be done. Maybe I could make this line of the neck a little lighter. Again, I'm at 50% opacity on the in-painting brush, so that way it's not erasing it where I think that would look unnatural. It's just kind of, you know, lightening the effect. And there's really nothing else here. Maybe I'll just get rid of a few of these hairs. Now here I will go 100% just to erase these. Maybe I'll erase that little flyaway. This one, because it's sticking straight up. That one too. This seam is just kind of coming out of her head, so I'm going to get rid of that. This bracket or whatever on the wall, it doesn't really bother me. I kind of like it. It kind of looks like a little butterfly or something, like flying near her head, so we'll keep that. So that's going to be it for part 1. In the next video, we're going to do our dodging and burning and some final cleanups. And I'm going to show you a few techniques how to use dodging and burning to kind of create a more fuller look in the chest area, add some cool highlights to the arms and legs and face to really make the image pop. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.